Now let's compare the monopoly versus competition. So monopoly, sole provider or sole producer or sole seller, and law of demand holds. Law of demand means that monopoly faces downward sloping demand curve or price line. Monopoly is called price maker, and it reduces price to increase the sales. Right? If company want to increase the sales, because law of demand holds, then it has to decrease the price. Besides competitive firm characteristics, in which there are many suppliers, producers, and its demand curve or price line is horizontal, straight line, right? Competitive firms, they are called price taker, and they can sell as much or little at the same price. Even if they want to increase the profit, what they have to do, market price is the same, they have to push their marketing strategies to sell more in order to increase the profit, and that's the only reason they're going to increase the price to get more revenue. Here it is. So the demand curve or price line in competitive firm is horizontal straight line, while in monopoly the demand curve is down. So let's talk about the monopoly's revenues. Formulas are the same. If we want to calculate the total revenue is equal to price into quantity. If we want to find out the average revenue is equal to total revenue divided by quantity. Total revenue is equal to price into quantity, and if we divide it by quantity, quantity cancels. So one property is that even in monopoly, price is always equals to average revenue. And what is the formula for marginal revenue? It is change in total revenue divided by change in quantity. So let's discuss this. So let's talk about the monopoly's total average and marginal revenue. So if you are given the quantity of water, so this is a book example from your book. If you are given the quantity and the price, can you calculate the total revenue? How we can calculate the total revenue? Price into quantity, right? So can you calculate that? So let's do that. Here it is. So total revenue, basically it is the multiplication of price and quantity. So where this 24 came from? 24 came from quantity multiplied the price. Where this 28 came from? 28 came from price and the quantity. So did you notice something here? That is, if quantity increase, price decrease. It means it follows law of demand. So monopoly follow law of demand, and in that case our total profit is total revenue is this column. What about the average revenue? If we divide the total revenue with the quantity, answer is this column. So can you calculate that? Where this 9 came from? This 9, it is total revenue divided by quantity. So 18 divided by 2. Where this 6 came from? So total revenue 30 divided by quantity 5. Right? This formula. So did you notice something? That the average revenue exactly equal to the price, except when the price quantity is 0, price is 11, 10, 10, 9, 9, 8, 8, 7, 7, 6, 6, 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3. So one thing that is proved here, even in monopoly, price is equal to AR, right? What about the MR? Right? MR formula is change in total profit divided by change in quantity. So let's talk about the MR, where this 10 came from. Change in total revenue. See, new minus old divided by new minus old. This 10 came from here. Where this 8 came from. 18 minus 10 divided by 3 minus 2. Answer is 8. Where this 2 came from? It is 30 minus 28 divided by 5 minus 4. Where this minus 2 came from? It is 28 minus 30 divided by 7 minus 6. Right? So did you notice something? Let me just remove something. So what did you notice here? Did you notice some strange things here? That price is equal to AR is equal to MR, but is not equal to MR. Marginal revenue, see, is not equal to average revenue and is not equal to the price. You see, it's 9, 8, 8, 6, 7, 4, 6, 2, 5, 0, 4, minus 2, right? What we have learned is that average revenue is not equal to marginal revenue. Let's compare this marginal revenue with price. And what you notice here is the same, that price is not equal to MR. And what about the third one? Third one is that price greater than MR at every level. You see 10, here is 8, 9, here is 6, 8, here is 4, right? So what we learn is that always case, price always greater than MR. See, at every level price is higher than MR. Plus the last point is that marginal revenue can be negative. See, negative. So let's talk about that. I hope we have here a tagline. Let me just clean this mess. Sorry guys, my writing is not very good. I'm not artist, but some of you do have this artistic ability. Okay, so what we notice here, price is equal to AR, price and AR is not equal to MR, plus price is always greater than MR, right? I hope you understand all this discussion. If not, please do write us in our WeChat group or Blackboard discussion forum, or you can raise this issue in our Zoom live meeting. We can talk about that. Okay, so now monopolies revenue. So basically this slide is basically continuation of the previous discussion. So then if there you know are not able to understand the stuff here, I hope you understand. So a monopolist marginal revenue is always less than the price, which means price greater than marginal revenue, and that is always. So the demand curve is downward sloping. When a monopoly drops the price to sell one more unit, the revenue received from previous sold unit decreases. So look at the table. If the quantity increased from 3 to 4, so only the revenue increased, but increased by $4. Sorry. So when a monopoly increases the amount it sells, it has two effects on total revenue. So I'm just going to show you by the formula of total revenue. Total revenue is equal to price into quantity. So there are two effects. If what is output effect? If you want to increase the output, right? If you want to increase the total revenue by increasing the output. What is the next logical point? You have to decrease the price, right? Understand? So this is called, one is called quantity effect and one is called price effect. What is output effect? More output is sold, quantity is higher, right? But price falls, price is lower. Understand? Or opposite one. What if total revenue we want to increase by increase in price? Then what we have got the quantity effect, we have to reduce the quantity. And why is that? Because monopoly does follow law of demand, right? I hope you understand that. Okay, this is a figure 3 which shows the demand and marginal revenue curves from a monopoly. So let's draw the graph here so that you can understand what are the shapes of the demand or price line and marginal revenue. So I have just pasted the values of marginal revenue and price, and if you draw it here, then it would look like this. See, price is downward sloping, right? How? You can also see by looking at the table as well. Why? Because quantity increase, price decrease. You see here the quantity increase, price decrease here. And marginal revenue also, if the quantity increase, marginal revenue also decrease. It means it's a downward sloping curve, but price always greater than marginal revenue. It means marginal revenue curve is not the above side, it's always here on the downside. So let's see that. Let me just remove it. Okay, here if you draw the marginal revenue curve here, and marginal revenue curve can be negative, yes it is, it can be negative, yes it is, right? So again, that point that we learned, I'm just going to repeat it one more time. So price is equal to AR but not equal to MR. Instead, price and AR always greater than MR, and MR can be negative, right? So we have one explanation. Let's read that. And that is just what we have just discussed here. If monopoly wants to sell more, it must lower the price. Price falls for all units sold. That is why marginal cost is always less than price.